All right, let's talk about something that's about to completely change software development. We're talking about a way to finally get rid of one of the biggest, most annoying headaches for any engineering team out there, flaky tests.
So, to really get why this is such a huge deal, we first have to meet the villain of our story. And believe me, this villain can be summed up in just two little words. And there they are. Build failed. For any developer, seeing that message, oh man, it's just heart-stopping, right? You spent hours, maybe even days, getting your code absolutely perfect. You push it, you're ready for deployment, and then, boom, this.
But here's the crazy part, the twist in the story. It's not even your fault. Your code is perfect, it works. The problem is the test. You've just been slammed by what we call a flaky test. It's basically a false alarm, a false negative, that just grinds your entire deployment to a halt for absolutely no good reason.
And you felt this frustration, right? I mean, who hasn't? You make a tiny, tiny change, like moving a button just 1 pixel over, or maybe changing the text from submit to pay now, and suddenly the whole system breaks. The very automated test that's supposed to be helping you, supposed to be ensuring quality, is the thing that brings everything crashing down. It is absolutely mad.
And for years, we've kind of just accepted this, It's just a painful part of the job. But what if it didn't have to be? What if there was a much, much smarter way to do things? Well, that's what we're going to get into now. Let's look at the solution that is completely flipping this whole paradigm on its head.
Okay, so say hello to intent-based testing. This is the big idea, the revolutionary concept that's at the core of this whole thing. The difference is huge. Instead of giving a machine a super rigid, step-by-step script that it has to follow perfectly, you just tell an AI what you want to do. You give it your goal, your intent. And this slide just shows it perfectly. Look at the old way on the left. The script is looking for a very specific code ID. Click #btn-submit. If a developer changes that ID even a little bit, the test fails instantly. But the new way, you just say, click the pay button. The AI understands the idea of a pay button, and it can find it no matter what the code underneath looks like. So you see the massive difference, right? It's a huge shift from something that's super fragile to something that's incredibly flexible. We are finally moving away from these brittle tests that depend on specific little bits of code, and we're moving toward tests that have an almost human-like understanding of what the app is actually supposed to do. Okay, this sounds amazing, I know. But how does it actually work? Well, let's meet the AI dream team that's basically acting as your brand new QA engineer.
The technology behind this is called agentic QA. And the best way to think about it is like an autonomous AI agent that you can just give a task to. It's not just blindly running a script. No, it's actively looking, understanding, and interacting with your app to get something done. Just like a real person would.
So this AI agent really has two main jobs, and we can break it down into two simple steps. First, you've got the brain. This is what understands the logic, what the user actually wants, and figures out how to navigate the website. And then you've got the eyes. This part scans the screen to make sure everything actually looks right visually. And what's powering all this? Well, it's some of the most advanced AI models out there today. As you can see here, you've got Claude 4.5 acting as the brain. It uses its incredible reasoning power to figure out how to get from point A to point B. And then you have Gemini 3 as the eyes, which is just meticulously checking for all those little visual bugs, like overlapping text or a broken image that a normal script would just sail right past. Okay, so we've seen the problem, and now we've seen the incredible technology that can solve it. So let's zoom out for a second and look at what this really means. How does this all come together to create a totally new and way less frustrating reality for developers?
Well, for one, the role of the QA engineer is completely changing. I mean, fundamentally. It's not about writing line after line of brittle test scripts anymore. Now, it's about defining user behavior, setting goals, and then letting the AI handle all the nitty-gritty details. It actually becomes a way more strategic and, frankly, a much more interesting job. And here's the real payoff, the new reality. Your deployments, faster and way more reliable, because you're not wasting hours and hours chasing down broken tests. Your CI/CD pipeline, that magical thing that gets your code to users, it stays green. And maybe most importantly, developers and QA engineers get their time back to do what they do best: creative, important, impactful work.
Look, at the end of the day, this isn't just about fixing a technical bug. It's bigger than that. It's about unlocking human potential. When we can finally automate away the most frustrating, the most repetitive parts of our jobs, it just opens up a whole new world of possibilities.
So the real question, the one I want to leave you with, is this. If AI can perfect our tests, what can we build with all the time we get back?